Hi, welcome to the Empowered Podcast. I am truly honored that you are willing to share some of your very busy time with me. My name is Deanna Deacon, and I'm so happy to be here with you. This is a really special mini series of the Empowered Podcast, all about our intuition. Intuition has just been such an incredible, integral part of my life, as well as the life of many of my coaching clients throughout the last decade, of remembering our innate inner guidance and essence. And remembering the fact that sometimes we allow ourselves, our ego, our mind allows us to feel really deeply isolated from our relationships, our friends, our partners, our family, isolated from the people that we see on social media, isolated from honestly everyone else, because we create this story or this belief that everything's a little bit different for us or harder for us, or we're not doing as well as everybody else. Have you ever felt that before? When you do work, when you live your life aligned with your intuition, when you consult your internal guidance when it comes to decision making, everything starts to shift because you suddenly realize, maybe not suddenly, maybe gradually, you realize that you're not alone. Now, a lot of us believe that our personality or our ego or our stories is exactly who we are. And a part of this mini series is to help you remember that that is only a portion of who you are. Your personality, your ego, your stories that you created in your life are actually components of the way you've lived your life, and they are parts of the pieces that are keeping you feeling isolated. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about intuition and relationships. Because obviously, as humans, we have this deep desire to belong, to connect. We're pack animals. We want to be with people who we love and whom love us. We want to feel as though we can express ourselves authentically and be met with love. We want other people to see us, to like truly see us within our essence. And when we don't have that, it can feel really uncomfortable. And sometimes even being in a social setting where you don't feel safe to be who you are can cause you to think that you're an introvert, that you want nothing to do with other people, and you can sometimes become a bit of a recluse. Now, there isn't necessarily anything wrong with that, but I hope that while listening to this, you are reminded that if you don't know how to tap into or connect with your inner essence, it can become really challenging for you to feel authentically free to express your inner essence. And that is genuinely what we are seeking when it comes to connection in our relationships. When we want to connect with our friends, with our acquaintances, with our loved ones, with our family, our children, our partners, we just really want that deep, intimate, soul to soul connection. We want to be seen, and we want to see them for who they are. But the first step in being able to live in that existence is to actually know who you are. And I don't mean your name. I don't mean your age. I don't mean what your body looks like. I don't mean what you do for work. I don't mean the patterns of who you are that you've created over your lifetime. I mean your essence, your truth, your absolute real authenticity, the the frequency or the energy of your existence, who you were at birth, that kind of essence. Now, in these episodes, and especially today, I'm not suggesting that just by listening, you're fully going to tap into that essence. This is something that can require a little bit of some time, some cognitive understanding, some practice, and some embodiment work. All of that is available for you if you would like it in a program that I have called the Intuition Series. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. To start with, when it comes to our relationships, I want to talk about friendships first. So, intuition and friendships. I want to see if you've had an experience like this before, because these are some of the moments that truly remind me about the magic of life and like bring me back into the essence of, oh yeah, I'm so happy I'm here. Like, thank you for letting me be in this body in this moment and witness this incredible magic of existence and life. Okay. I hope you know by now. If you don't, here you go. We are made up of energy. Our entire physical body, our essence, who we are, all of it is energy. All the objects around us are energy. Every other person is energy. We're just in this beautiful world of energy. When we feel, like when we're living in our intuition and we feel this inner impulse to take action, or let's take it a step back. I'm going to give you a scenario. You're driving down the road. Feels great. You're in your car. You love your car. Maybe you have music playing. Maybe it's silent. Maybe you got kids screaming in the background. Who knows? You're driving down the road and suddenly a friend of yours whom you haven't connected with in 6 months, 6 years, I don't know, they pop into your mind, or a picture of them comes behind your eyes, or you just suddenly feel a connection to them. And in this connection, you feel this little inner impulse, something that is suggesting, I should call her. I should text her. I should send her a voice note. I should check in and see how she's doing. I wonder what he's been up to. I hope he's okay. Something inside of you has this desire to create a sense of connection. You feel this impulse, maybe rationally, cognitively, there's no reason for it. They haven't texted you recently, you haven't communicated, you haven't seen them on social media, they haven't been brought up in conversation. Like there's nothing that has brought them into your awareness. And yet, here they are. And you feel that inner impulse to take action. This is your intuition guiding you. Now, in these moments, have you ever had a moment like that where you feel that and you actually follow the impulse? So not only do they come to mind, you feel it, and then you take a physical action. Example, driving in your car, maybe when you pull over, you grab your phone and you just quickly send them a little audio voice note. I love you. I'm thinking about you. I hope you're having a great day. Have you had the experience before where you've done that and that individual shares back with you something similar to this? I can't believe you just reached out to me. I really needed to know that I was loved and supported, and seeing a text or a message from your name just absolutely lifted my heart and I feel so loved. Thank you. Or I'm not okay. Things have been so hard, and just the fact that you texted me has reminded me that I will be okay. I love you. Thank you. Or I was just thinking about you too. That's wild. Have you ever had someone have some kind of a reaction like that or something similar to that, where suddenly it feels like, regardless of where they are physically in the world in relation to you, something connects you, something brings you together? I experience this all the time. And I've learned over the years that when I feel that inner impulse, when something that doesn't make sense tells me to take action, I do it, because I've been practicing this for many, many years. But when that happens, it reminds me that we are made up of energy, they are made up of energy, and there isn't any actual physical distance between us that we can't minimize when it comes to our intuitive essence. Our energy can connect even if they're all the way across the world in New Zealand and we're in Canada. We can still have that immediate sense of connection where we really get to feel felt, or they get to feel felt. And I see it, the way I describe it in my head is we kind of like jump on these different energy waves. And sometimes you'll jump onto an energy wave, maybe a thought brings you there, maybe a felt sensation in your body, maybe a memory pops up, and you jump onto this energy wave. When it's perfectly aligned with the same energy wave of someone else or many someone else's, boom, your ability to intuitively or telepathically connect amplifies. And that is where I just always am reminded of the immense magic that it is to be a human being right now. Allowing yourself to have enough space in your mind, space and communication within your body, space within your energetic aura and sphere to feel these impulses is really important if you desire to live more aligned with your intuition and live aligned with the magic and the mystery of existence itself. When it comes to our relationships, I think it's really important that we allow ourselves to trust in these impulses to allow us to have that sense of connection. There's also, this is kind of like the other side of that concept. Maybe you have someone in your life who you are very close with and they mean so much to you, and yet you realize that you haven't actually communicated in, I don't know, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 years, however long. But when you think of them, perhaps you think very loving thoughts, but you don't feel that impulse. You don't feel the desire to reach out. There's nothing in you that says connect to them. That's okay. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is being rude or mean or creating disconnection or creating space from the other. It just simply means perhaps they're on this energy wave and you're on this energy wave and you're just not fully connecting. That's okay. One of the big components that I think is important to understand when living a life guided by your intuition is that our mental construct of a linear timeline actually gets in the way of our ability to create genuine connection. If you push a sense of connection, if you call someone, even though like it's the impulse just isn't really there, you might have a conversation with them, you might connect with them, but chances are it's not going to give you that like, soul connection that you and or they are craving from each other. Of course, yes, you can still stay in contact with people who are important to you, and I'm not suggesting not to reach out to anyone at any given time. I just want to welcome you into the world of what could life look like and feel like if I truly were living aligned with my intuition. Now, I've gone months without connecting with people who are really important to me. And then when we do connect, both of us tend to have the conversation of, I've been thinking of you, but I just didn't feel the desire to reach out, and vice versa. And that's when you can come to realize it's not like there's no hard feelings. No one is trying to hurt the other person by not being in connection. We're just all choosing to live our life aligned with our inner guidance. And in doing so, we don't force or push anything. Now, this also can be a component, and there will be a different episode on this, but when it comes to intuition and business, when you're trying to figure out what the next move is within your career or what you want to create next for your business or how you're going to do a timeline of things, there's a lot of people who are going to guide you about a very specific process for you to take. However, if you're living aligned with your intuition, you realize that having an idea pop in, but knowing that it's not quite right to take action on it yet and waiting, let's say, 3 years before you do, that's okay. We're here for a good time and a long time, is my theory. We have this incredible amount of space within our life. And if we have the concept or the story that we need to get everything done at a certain time, I need to keep growing and growing and growing, like we need to keep living on this kind of trajectory, it's exhausting, like seriously exhausting. Coming to live in aligned with your intuition is coming to understand that the linear timeline is, yes, it's real, and no, it's not. We don't have to do things just because we suddenly have an idea, or just because someone else is suggesting we should, or just because it's going to make us more money, or it's going to create an opportunity for us. Let your inner guidance be your true guidance. So that maybe the idea comes mentally, but when you check in with yourself and you ask for that inner guidance, it lets you know whether it's a hell yes or a not now. That's where we can be making our decisions from. And this guidance is here with us at all times, not just when we're trying to make a big decision, but as simple as an example I've given in the past is, should I turn right or should I turn left in the car? Which direction should I go? Obviously, if you have somewhere you need to get to, you probably know the fastest route to get there. But once in a while, get in your car or go on your bike or go for a walk with no destination in mind and let yourself just explore. Explore what your inner guidance says about where to turn. Let's say you're out for a walk and normally you always turn right, but for whatever reason, something inside of you says, I'm going to turn left today. Or I'm going to go into this beautiful little wooded forest that I don't really go into, and I'm just going to check it out. Something is suggesting I do so. And then maybe you find the most beautiful flower you've ever seen. Or maybe you get to witness a squirrel who's finding some nuts and climbing up a tree, and it brings you this sense of joy and connection to nature and animals. Or maybe you come across someone you've never met before and may never meet again and have the most incredible conversation. There's so much occurring in the grand scheme of this life that when we're constantly focused in our mind and in our stories and trying to achieve different things, we let go of our connection to all, to the isness that is life. And again, the reason for this episode, for my work, for my existence, I feel like, is to bring us back home and to remind us that we have this incredible ability within us to live in the magic and still get stuff done and still have incredible relationships and still create immense connection, but to do it with a little bit more passion, a little more joy, a little more bliss, and a lot more presence. When we let ourselves be guided internally from our intuition, it's just magical. And we get moments and opportunities every single day to be reminded that we're not alone. And when it comes to this concept of relationships with other people, maybe you're still in the process of trying to figure out who you are internally, who your essence is, and how to authentically express that. And you're looking to build some of that confidence in who you really are. As you do so, it's okay to spend more time by yourself, because sometimes we need to make the outside world a bit more quiet to make our inner world louder. The louder your inner world becomes, the more you have the ability to meet the external world with love, with presence, with an awareness that creates just the most incredible sense of connection. And as I mentioned earlier, that truly is what we're all seeking. You know, as you get older, sometimes they say it's not about how many friends you have, but like the quality of your friendships, the quality of your connection. That's what I'm talking about here. Allowing yourself to have a quality of existence is only going to amplify the quality of connection that you have in your relationships. And let's say, for example, here's a good one. And now keep in mind, I have a background in training and a decade of working in a coaching facility. And so, or coaching world. So I know how to sit back, be quiet, and hold space. I've taught myself how to do that. But you know, when you're having a conversation with a friend, maybe you're having a glass of wine, you're sitting on the couch, and maybe your friend is talking to you about something that's going on at work and sharing all these details, et cetera, et cetera. There's often that part of you, this is more your personality and your ego, that wants to share your story that relates, because in your mind you're creating a sense of connection. Ooh, yeah, you know what, that happened to me too, and this is what it was like, and I'm going to tell you all about this. What's actually happening here is, as they're opening up and sharing perhaps something that's vulnerable, something that's important to them, that all that energy is coming forward, and you're meeting it with your own story, your own personality. So you're not actually receiving what it is that they're sharing. You're really just coming at it with, they're bringing this forward, you're bringing this forward, and there isn't actual connection happening. Maybe you do have a moment of a sense of, oh, look, we're experiencing something similar. That can be nice. However, when you allow yourself to practice living a sense of presence in the present moment, stillness of the mind, when you allow yourself to be in that type of existence, when you're receiving from a friend, you will be able to actually receive what they're sharing, to hold them in it, to witness them in it, to observe them in it, and to love them in it. Chances are they don't actually need anything from you. They probably don't need you to relate. They need you to hear. They need you to listen. They need connection. So instead of coming at their story with yours, can you meet it with an open heart, open mind, and presence? In doing so, you may receive that internal impulse coming from your intuition to speak something, or to move your body in a certain way, to ask a question or many questions to allow them to keep going deeper and deeper. This is a completely different type of connection, conversation, than the average social setting of, and they come with this and you come with this, and you're meeting each other in the middle with each other's personality, ego, and stories. When you can be present in the present moment, in the stillness of the present moment, you're able to truly create a sense of connection. And that individual might not even have to share as much of their story in order to feel met, in order to feel seen, in order to feel truly acknowledged. And one of the beautiful things in life is as you practice this, hopefully you will find that you do have people in your life that can do the same to you. As you're beginning this practice, you may want to find someone like a coach, like a counselor, some sort of support person who is able to really meet you where you're at and really hold that space if you don't have anyone yet. However, the goal is the more of us that are living aligned with our intuition, that are practicing really living a soulful life and living aligned with our sense of presence, we're going to be able to meet each other where we're at. And that also can be a benefit of things like listening to a podcast like this, or joining different programs, courses, Facebook groups, different like retreats, workshops, opportunities to be in a sense of community with others that are interested in this kind of work as well. Once we have a sense of knowing what we're looking for, what we're seeking, what we're aiming to expand ourselves into, and we could be met with people who are doing the same type of work, or perhaps have walked this path before us and can really meet us along the journey, it just feels so much, it's just delightful. It just genuinely feels really good. So I really hope that you have some form of experience like that for you. And sometimes it takes a little bit of work. Sometimes you have to seek out those types of communities. And some of us are lucky to have those people in our lives already. But I definitely know that putting yourself in situations virtually, physically, where you're surrounded by people doing similar kinds of work is really going to open you up to realizing there is a whole world out there that is doing this type of work, that is living this way, that is seeking to be in the magic, and that you get to be a part of that too. So intuition and relationships, I mean, I just did a tiny touch on it. There's so much more that we could go into. And I want to share with you something that if you're interested in exploring your intuition further, I have something really, really amazing and wonderful for you. And it is a course called the Intuition Series. But before you get hung up on that concept of course, I want to tell you why I call it that and also why it's not a course. It's a course because it has 5 amazing modules, and each of these modules are video trainings that are really going to activate within your mental and cognitive body and help you have more knowledge and understanding of what your intuition is, how it communicates with you, how you can open yourself up to it, where your blocks are coming from, etc., etc. However, the reason the Intuition Series also isn't a course, or let's say isn't just a course, is it has so much more than that. It's not about watching a video, taking some notes, receiving new knowledge, and then going on about your day. In this program, I'm giving you actual resources and ideas and concepts and tools for you to embody and practice playing with the magic of life and the magic of your intuition every single day throughout the program and then beyond. And my genuine hope is that as you move through this course and as you get towards the end of it, you feel so confident in your communication with your inner guidance that you're able to continue with these embodiment practices. You can take the knowledge, but you can also take the felt sensations and the awareness that you've cultivated, not just in your mind and your ego and your personality, but in your entire auric field, in your entire existence. Ideally, as you move through this experience of the Intuition Series, your level of consciousness begins to expand. And what becomes available to you as you expand your level of consciousness, I can't speak to, because that's for you to experience and that's for you to witness how incredible life can be when you allow yourself to live fully present and truly in the magic of being alive. And that's what I hope for you. That's what I want for you. And I want you to come along on this experience because it's been such an incredible everything in my life. There's been just so many moments when I've just been absolutely like moved to tears, or my whole body is covered in goosebumps because I realize that there's so much more to this life than what my mind tells me. And I want you to experience the same. So I invite you to join me in the Intuition Series, and I have a special gift for you because you're tuning into this mini series all about intuition. If you use the coupon code podcast50, when you go to deannadeacon.com/intuition series, you're going to get 50% off the course. This is lifetime access. So once you register, you can go through the entire program. And then let's say in 6 months' time, you can go through it again, or 3 years' time, go through it again. Each time as your level of consciousness expands, you're going to receive something different, something new from it that allows you to expand and expand and expand. So it's like a living, breathing organism that when you come to interact with it, you get to receive something different every time, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So again, it's deannadeacon.com/intuition series and use the coupon code podcast50 for 50% off. In this experience, in this program, in this course, you've got me as your support, as your guide. You are going to have a community of other women who are going through the same course or have done it in the past that are there to cheer you on and support you. There's the modules that it comes with, the 5 modules, but also I do lots of bonus Q&A videos. So if you ever have any questions popping up as you go through the program, go ahead and ask the questions. And whenever there's a variety of questions popping in, boom, I show up and do a Q&A for everybody. There's a lot of resources that can support you and assist you and allow you to feel like you're really making a difference every day for yourself in coming into living confidently and authentically your inner essence, and really allowing you to generate that sense of connection that you're craving at a soul level, not just personality, not just ego, going a lot deeper than that. So one more time, I would love for you to join me, deannadeacon.com/intuition series, and use the coupon code podcast50 to get 50% off. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's an honor to be back here on the Empowered Podcast. I truly, genuinely love the fact that you've decided to dedicate some of your time today to tuning into a concept of intuition and learning a little bit more about it, hopefully creating some more ideas swirling through your mind. If you have any questions or curiosities based from this episode, please reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at Deanna Deacon Coaching, or you can find me on Facebook as well, Deanna Deacon Coaching. Reach out anytime. I love receiving messages. It's so much fun just to hear what's going on in your world and what curiosities arise for you. I'm very, very interested in what it takes for individuals to come into their full sense of empowerment from within. So the questions you have, or even the stories that you want to share, I do love receiving them. And one more thing before we go, if you do not already have a copy of my book, Feminine Warrior, go ahead and grab a copy. You can go to deannadeacon.com/feminine warrior, or if you prefer, you can grab a copy on Amazon as well and have it shipped directly to you. It's a really wonderful book and it pairs along really nicely with the Intuition series and this conversation we're having. Much love to you. Mwah, mwah. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll chat with you soon. Ciao.